got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss to the Celtics. To the middle. Now here is Conley. A drive by Shumpert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, you got to prevent Shumpert from a straight line drive like that. You can't let him gut the defense that way.
Brent, a major pivot for the Clippers last season, trading away the most important player in franchise history, Blake Griffin.
Well, the front office made mention of sustainability and production over cost, and felt like it was the right time for them to move on. The size of that max contract, come on. Wow. I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Pass to Harrell. Conley with it. Back to Harrell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Here's Middleton. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Drummond's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And it's Drummond missing. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Heat. To the paint. Here's Harrell. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Well, Thompson lives in the paint, and defensively, occasionally, you're going to get to shots like that.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
A nice shot by Harris.
Well, Harris at 6'9" is a big body, and the defense has got to do a better job of pushing him outside the paint.
To the left side wing. Here's Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Drummond's got his second bucket.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. LeVert. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Yes, that goes in. 8 points for Andre Drummond.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. .131 left in the first quarter. Here's Ajinça. Spates trying to break loose. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Now Napier. The kick out to Spates. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I think we can safely say that over the course of the last 4 or 5 seasons, there's no wasted shooting motion when it comes to Maurice Spates.
Here's Thomas. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's LeVert missing.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
The second effort. It's rebounded by Kuzminskis. Here's Lynn. The shot that time, not on target. Andre Drummond has been on display for... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
Miami grabs the miss. Shot from the wing. Here's Harrell. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Harris. Harrell. Chalk up 2 there. Harrell's got the lead up to 3 now for Miami.
Well, not known for his passing, but Harris is pretty prudent there with the ball. Not a lot of careless turnovers from him.
To the left wing. Pass to Ajinça. And the jam by Ajinça.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Ajinça's got his second basket of the night.
Like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Bounce pass, Conley. Pass to Middleton. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the double up Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Ajinça.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away. And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Here's Napier, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions.
Timeout.
Kevin?
Start it.
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, DA. Thanks. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
Well, each year we get to see Giannis come back from a summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles on D. 4-point game. And stolen by Drummond.
You could stay active on defense. Good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure two there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Jumper trying to free himself up. And it's Drummond missing.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
And it's LeVert missing. Clippers leading by 3. Miami on defense. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sinks that one from the post. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close range shot over the top of the D.
And to Kumbo. Loses his grip and misses the dunk. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete or any season for that matter.
And 2 for 1, that's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can. And you could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession. Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Offensive rebound. Ajinça. A beautiful reverse layup. Ajinça's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The Clippers have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight. And he makes both free throws. Good if it goes. No good. And so it's the Los Angeles. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Clippers leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Now a timeout called by Miami. Greg, what are some of the positives that Tristan Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take. And he lives mostly inside the paint. And still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to kind of gone away.
Los Angeles on D. And there's a whistle. It goes on Iman Shumpert. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Harrell. Conley left side. Just 5 on the clock. Middleton for 3.
That's a good hustle play from Iman Shumpert, always wanting to shut down whoever he's guarding.
Whoa!
Wow.
Look out. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Thompson. Back to Harrell. Here's Conley. And that one goes long. Los Angeles leading by 9. Stolen by Thompson. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. And stolen by Drummond. Stolen by Michael Conley. Pass to Harris. Back to Conley. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
And stolen by Drummond. And the wide open shot from Morris. Here's Shumpert. And Thompson sends it back.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and we wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Shumpert gets a wide open look. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Harris. Shoots over Crowder. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 11. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
Pass to Harris. Now here's Harrell. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And they continue to control the glass.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Drummond trying to get himself free. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And the Heat call time here.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Shot, high post. Rebounded by Ajinça. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was a second overall pick.
Miami no good on that time either.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Turner. That's good, and it's Thomas picking up the assist. Turner's got his first 2 points.
I love the quick decision making from Turner there. Deadly at sinking the catch-and-shoot jumper.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
The shot. And it's Napier missing.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Thomas, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Heat trail by 12. Double team on Thomas. Pass to LeVert. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Antetokounmpo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. To the inside. Outside for Thomas. Here's LeVert. Pass to Turner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like the way Turner uses his body on the inside, not scared of that kind of contact and throwing a bit of his weight around.
Ajinça with it. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Thomas. And so it's Los Angeles. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The Heat trail by 12. Outside Conley. And Harris slams it in.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success. Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Here's McConnell. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
Here's McConnell. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. McConnell's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers. Down low. Here's Harrell. Second chance shot. No good on that one. Good D by Drummond.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
To the inside. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, this roster for the Clippers is in transition, no doubt about it. You think of the franchise's history, plenty of dysfunction, but over the last 5 or 6 years, they've been the best team in LA. Now it's a time for them to reset, try to find some new stars to carry it forward.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Outside jumper. At the top of the key, Spates. Oladipo, good. And the Clippers lead by 18. And Brent, you look at the Clippers ownership group, the front office, the coaching staff. It's a different story now from days past, isn't it?
Well, it just feels a little bit more stable. It just feels like they want to compete at the highest level, and they will do the things necessary to commit to winning. And we've seen that happen pretty quickly for the Clippers.
And good that time.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Out to the wing. Here's Ennis. Miami no good on that time either.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
Here's Spates. Good on the bucket. Spates has got 5 points now this quarter. And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
They get it back. Here's Drummond.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
Stolen by Thompson. Inside. Pass to Harrell. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 14 points from Montrezl Harrell.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
And here is Harrell. That one falls.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good D by Thompson.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Drummond.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Here's Harrell. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
Right.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And here's Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.